Excellent.
Yep, we're all set.
All right.
So getting back to the search, like I was saying, typically within real estate, it's pretty clunky. It's slow. There's lots of different fields to check and boxes to fill out. So at Placer, we've developed a natural language search, which is very similar to how people search outside of real estate. So when you think of search outside of real estate, you typically think of Google or typing into Amazon or even speaking naturally into your phone to Siri or whoever it happens to be. So that's what we've done for real estate. So you don't have to start with a specific location or price point or property type. You can do all of that, but you can do something as simple as, say, waterfront, since we're looking in Florida. And it'll show all the waterfront listings. So you can see there's quite a bit. There's almost 6,000. And then if you had a budget of 400 to say 500,000, now we're down to a little over 400. And you can see how I'm typing really naturally, and I'm not filling out different boxes or anything like that. If we wanted, say, a 3-bed to 4-bed, now we're down to 310 listings. Maybe we want a pool. Now we're down to 211. So you can see how quick it is, how easy it is. There's also map search too, so you can make this the default view. So you start with a map search. Obviously, as you zoom in or out or slide the map, the listings will update. But this really aligns with how people search outside of real estate. And it's actually pretty sophisticated, even more so than you'll see on portal sites like Zillow or even Realtor.com, to be able to type in a stream of consciousness like that and get results immediately. I mean, you can even type in, say you wanted granite countertops. Now we're down to 20 listings. So it's really powerful. It definitely gives you an edge on a lot of other real estate websites that are out there because it's just so easy for consumers to find what they're looking for. And you can save any search as well as a consumer. It'll go into your account, and then you can choose to receive email updates and the frequency of those emails as well. And you can favorite any property. So if we look at one of the listing detail pages, was there a question?
Do you reach out to visitors to suggest that they save? I mean, is there a way to try and capture those leads without being aggressive about it?
Sure, I'll actually show you how the lead capture works in a second once we jump to the back end of the site. You can totally customize that right down to the individual agent site. So here's a listing detail page, all the pertinent information. Virtual tours are included, obviously. You can share it on social media really easily, save it to your favorites. It has the address already pre-populated into the contact form, so when it goes into the CRM, it's all there. And it'll show the map of the property, school data as well, mortgage calculator. So really everything you need on a listing detail page. So that's the front end of the site and a pretty quick overview. Before we jump to the back end, did anyone have any specific questions about the sites themselves? Again, I would think of them more as a skin. The aesthetics of them can change really easily, so we can have a total custom design similar to this site or really any others that you'd like. But as far as the functionality is concerned, does anyone have any questions about what we've seen so far?
I don't know if anybody else does. Does it make sense to go to the back end now or go into look at some of the agent things?
Well, what I'll do is I'll go into the back end so you can see how agent sites are actually used, how they're set up, and how easy it is to add content. It seems like that's pretty important. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So again, this was set up as a small brokerage, so we'll go into one of the sites. This is the same functionality any agent would have as well. So typically with any site, you want to make sure the IDX is set up. You can perform a listing search. So for our larger brokerage clients, such as Carpenter, what we would do is set this up ahead of time so agents wouldn't actually have to go through the trouble of getting the approval. By the time they get the site, the IDX would be set up. We can even put stock content in there as well, whether it's a slideshow or any certifications or the leading RE logo, anything like that, we can push out to all sites before they're rolled out. But just to show you how simple it is, for an agent, an individual agent, all they have to do is choose their MLS, click save, and then we'll make sure that the proper approval guidelines are met for that particular MLS. Once they are, the listings will be populated automatically. Also with the listings, every agent, right down to the agent sites, can filter the listings as well. So the MLS we were looking at had thousands and thousands of listings. You can see about 85,000. So if you wanted to filter that down to a specific property type that you focus on or a specific geographical area, you can do that. So you can limit the search on your site if you didn't want to show all listings in the MLS. Most agents like to have all listings, but you have the ability to filter it right down to your individual site. You can also feature listings like we saw on the homepage too. So again, a lot of agents like to feature their own listings, so they can just type in their agent ID and it'll show their listings on the homepage. On office sites, you can type in the office ID. It'll show the office listings as well. And again, if you don't have your own listings, if you focus more on buyers, you can do any type of filter based on property type, price range, location, or really any type of criteria that's available in the MLS. As far as, before we jump to the sites themselves, I'll show you the lead capture that you asked about, since this is really important. You can totally customize it. So if you want to be passive and let people go to your site and then voluntarily offer information, you can set it as passive. If you want to be really aggressive, you can choose the aggressive setting, and anytime someone goes to your site, they're prompted to provide their contact information. Or you can customize it, which a lot of agents love to do on our platform. And it also helps to build trust with the site visitors. So instead of asking for their contact information immediately without providing any value, you can customize the number of visits to the site, how long they're on the site, how many pages they view, or even pages in a particular area, say listings, the number of searches that they perform before they're prompted to provide their contact information. So you can totally customize that. Even write your own thank you message for visiting the site as well. With the sites themselves, there's a number of different themes you can choose from. Here's a library of some of the themes. Again, we would most likely build a custom theme for you, but you'd also have access to these themes. You can customize the color as well for each one. And then once it's live, you can customize the navigation and the layout, all the images too. So to do that, for example, with the slideshow, we'll provide stock images, really high quality images for you right out of the box that you're more than welcome to use, but you can upload your own images. All you would do is click the plus button and upload your own images for the slideshow. Really easy. You can add your own caption, also have it link out to a URL. And then for larger, more enterprise type customers like Carpenter, we can populate every agent and office site with stock images that you choose. Same with certifications. If you have specific logos or certifications like Leading RE that you want available, we can create a custom library for you. Everything's all, again, point and click, really easy to use. You don't have to have a technical background. Obviously, agents, they need to be on the go. They're always running around. They can't spend hours each day updating a website. That would be crazy. Little things like social networks too. Really simple. All you do is type in your account name, and then it's automatically on the site. Again, no HTML involved or anything like that. Search forms too. You can customize the search form. Most agents and offices will use what we call the Omnibox, that natural language search with the auto suggest. But you can choose any other search types as well, and this can be customized right down to each individual agent site. Menu too, little items like that. It's really easy. If you want to move something around, it's all drag and drop. If you want to add a new page, you choose the page that you want to add to the menu, click add, save, and it's there in the navigation. Really simple. Site info too, your logo, name, contact details, really simple to update. And you'll notice too on every page that we've gone through, there's help tutorials right on the side. So we have a great support team in-house, but we want to make it really, again, as easy as possible. So in addition to the technology being simple, we also have support there. So there's basically someone over your shoulder who can answer any question you might have on each page that you go through. And like I mentioned, we can make custom CSS and Java available So if you want to make really specific changes, you can. If you do have a technical background, most agents won't use this, but we can also give you access to our approved partners that can help you customize your site even further. So if you wanted to move one box to another side of the site, you can do that really easily. Custom domains too, we can set up the sites as subdomains, or you can have the ability to use your own custom domain. Really easy, type in your domain. As long as you fill out the proper information with your registrar like GoDaddy, the site will go live very quickly. And site tracking too. If you want to use something sophisticated like Google Analytics, all you do is type in your tracking ID once and it's done. So it'll automatically populate to each page you create. As far as the pages go, again, they're really simple. You hit the plus button, you decide what type of page you want to create. Maybe it's an about page. There's all types of templates. You type in your information. You can insert a video. So all you have to do is drop in the YouTube link. Or if you want to upload an image, you can just drag and drop it right there. Really simple. If you do know HTML, there is an HTML editor you're more than welcome to use. Most agents won't use it, but it's there if you'd like to. And again, you'll see the help on every page, so you know exactly what to do. Blog posts too. Here are the blog posts on this site if you want to create a new one. Really easy. And you can customize the titles and the URLs too. So test blog, you can see the URL will now be test blog, so you can customize those. You can add excerpts and it'll tell you exactly what that is. Featured images for each blog post. Again, you can embed videos as well. Testimonials too. So you can manually add testimonials to the site. Really easy. It's all templated. We also own Real Satisfied. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Real Satisfied. It's a customer satisfaction platform that sends out surveys to buyers and sellers. It can be set up to automatically be sent out once the data is updated through the MLS as marked as closed. It'll trigger a survey. So you can set up surveys as an individual agent, your own surveys. You can do it per office too, and the entire brokerage. So you can share best practices within offices and again within the entire brokerage. So you can see every agent's reports, dashboards too.
Real quick, back to the testimonials.
Sure.
I have to add those manually if I want, and then
if you want, or we're integrating Real Satisfied into the platform as well.
Yeah. Is that the Real Satisfied? That's going to cost Mr. Cavanis a lot more money.
No, it's quite affordable, and we can bundle it in. That's the beauty of Playster. So we own Real Satisfied. We also own Open Home Pro as well, which is a great open house app. I'll show you very quickly. So you can have this for every open house, collect leads. It's really simple. You don't have to worry about a sign-in sheet where you can't read someone's email address, or it might be fake, because most people, when they scribble it on a piece of paper, they tend to write a different address or it's hard to read. So it's all there. You can trigger automatic follow-ups as well. So after the open house, you can send emails out to all the people that came. You can also create brief surveys, yes or no surveys at the open house. And you can also send seller reports as well. So you can send your seller a list of all the people that came through, what the traffic was like, so they can see exactly how many people showed up at the open house. Here's an example of that. So this can be part of the package as well. Playster, again, owns Open Home Pro, just like we own Real Satisfied. So those can be integrated into the platform. But with Real Satisfied, you can see with the reviews, you can have really sophisticated dashboards if you'd like. And again, this can all be integrated. But if you want to just quickly add a testimonial to your site, you can do that easily through the admin panel. Same with the areas too. So, I'm sorry, was there a question?
I was going to have you show me how the testimonials look on a site.
The Real Satisfied testimonials?
Yeah, whatever. However, just how they look on an agent site.
Sure. You know, I don't have an example up. Can I email that to you? Would that be okay?
That'd be great.
Perfect. I'll send you a list. You can also push out the reports on social media too. So if you get a really good survey back, you can easily push it out to any of your social networks as well. A lot of agents love to do that because one, it shows a great survey, but two, your entire network sees it, and also the network of the buyer or seller you're working with. So it helps generate referrals. It's a really great product. The area pages I had show you where you can really highlight your specialty. Again, it's all templated, really easy to create. You can choose whether you want it featured on the homepage or not. You can add a slideshow. You can choose the type of area it is. And then it'll populate all of the names also within the MLS automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's see if we do, my internet is dragging. If we do county, it'll show all the counties within the MLS. Again, all point and click, really easy to do.
Yeah, we can tell.
My screen is actually frozen here. Sometimes GoToMeeting has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Any questions about how the pages are created, particularly the agents in the room that use websites pretty heavily?
What we're looking at is an agent site.
Yep, so this functionality is available for all agents. Also, offices have similar functionality as well to update their sites. But yes, everything you've seen so far is available for all agent sites.
That's all the back end, the admin stuff we've looked at, right?
Correct. Yep, so agents can update all of that information. Just they can create pages just like I showed you, blog posts, area pages, the lead capture, update their listings, the filters, all that information, the featured listings. That's all available to agents on every site. Any other questions?
For the agents, where do you have some reporting tools that shows, so like when I run my Facebook ads, that I can see how many people are clicking on, and then what pages they're accessing, or at least the percentage of those people?
Yep, so there's reporting on all that. It also shows where your leads are coming from too. For some reason, I'm not sure what's going on with my my screen is frozen. But yeah, so it'll show the lead source as well. So I know we're having a separate session for the CRM, which I was going to focus that on that session. So it'll show reporting. You can set up ad campaigns, Google ad campaigns if you want to. It'll show you again where your leads come from, not just from the Playster sites, but also from other sources like Zillow or Realtor.com. There's a reporting dashboard for that as well. So you can pull in leads from other sources. You can also export leads if you want to, but most agents will want to pull in additional leads from the contacts that they have and the leads they generate on the site. So again, that can be from any of the portal sites or really anywhere else where you might generate leads.
So we don't need
Can
to...
you set up Facebook ads? Sorry.
You can, that's separate. So we have an account managers that can walk you through that. It's not part of the initial platform right now, but it's definitely something we're rolling out later this year. We're also going to be integrating with Google and Microsoft as well, so you can have all your emails within the CRM and any documents as well.
What about Mac?
What's that?
What about Apple, or like you said you're integrating with Microsoft and that, but like I run on a Mac.
And what do you use though for email?
I use the what Apple provides, the mail, the iMail.
Okay, is that the actual email client you use? Do you use Gmail typically?
Well, I guess actually we use a Gmail account.
Yeah, so that would fall under Google.
Yeah.
So whether you use it on a Mac or a PC, what's important is really the client. So either if you're using Google or Outlook or anything like that, so that would all be integrated into the CRM. Anything else I can answer?
Do you have up just some agent sites so we can see how different some might look? Are there templates
Yep, so there's a number of different templates you can choose from. And then again, on top of those templates, you also have the ability to make customizations, whether it's minor ones, like updating the images on the slideshow and the logo or the color, or if you want to use one of our partners to really make significant changes through CSS and Java. And here is an example of one of those sites I had showed you earlier where it's more jazzed up. But again, for Carpenter, what we can do is have a custom theme just exclusive for you that's available for all agents and offices. And again, that can be the same as your main site, or it can be different. That's totally up to you. So there's a lot of flexibility with the design of the site. We can really work with you to customize exactly what you'd like so you have consistent branding throughout the entire brokerage. But here's an example. You can see how they're all very different. So you can focus on areas, listings, content, reports, whatever it is you want to highlight on the home page. And the search will be consistent throughout as well. The one thing I didn't mention actually about the search is all of the pages are indexed. So we looked at one of those listing detail pages. Those are all indexed off of each domain. So as an agent, rather than having, say, a few dozen pages, you'd literally have thousands of pages off of your domain, depending on how many listings are in the MLS. So it's not an iframe where you don't get any SEO benefits. Each page is individually indexed for each site.
Okay.
Any other questions? I try to avoid the CRM because I know we're going to be going over that tomorrow.
Right, we're going to be doing that next couple of days. Any other questions? Jim, you got anything else?
I think we've covered it.
Okay. Again, I tried to keep it within a half hour. We're right at the 30-minute mark now. If you do have any other questions, Jim has my email address. I'll send you some links of what we looked at as well, so you have all of that on file. And again, we'll be speaking tomorrow, I believe, at the same time to go over the CRM, so we can go over that in detail. But I'm also happy to answer any other questions you had today. I can do that tomorrow as well if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, reach out.
Thanks everybody else. It's long and tedious, but it's going to be worth it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, I know it's a process, but you're getting there.
Yep. Thank you much, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Take care.